There is one stock that is about to skyrocket. This company came in with revenue of $94 billion in Q3. There's not a lot of companies that have $94 billion in revenue. Google, interestingly, had their first $100 billion revenue quarter. The $94 billion is from Apple, and they are at all-time highs. Well, they were a week ago, and I think they could reach all-time highs again. There's a lot of pressure on Apple to maintain their place in the AI race, and this recent earnings shows that, hey, maybe spending billions of dollars on individual AI researchers, if you're Meta, isn't going to help you in the short term. Might help you in the long term. That will unravel as we go into 2026. Right now, Apple is the stock to own, in my opinion. Let's jump into the chart and what they're up to.
This is Sam Putnam. This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
All right, so here's Apple compared to basically the other Mag 7s, okay? They have the brand, blah-de-blah-de-blah. They get the 30% on the App Store. You know, that's great. They do have some services revenue, which is high margin compared to just their iPhone, which is also high margin because they are the only one who sells it. And they did just reach an agreement with Gemini as opposed to OpenAI, which is kind of a blow for OpenAI, but OpenAI has had so many deals that it's not really too much of a step back. But as far as basically the long-term play, this is all basically guesswork. I mean, who knows, right? They're a massive company. They might not have the greatest AI reputation, with Siri being like the butt of jokes. But they are still coming out with $94 billion in revenue. And you know what? They could always come out with some new acquisitions, similar to, you know, Google acquiring DeepMind, which is an AI studio, basically the early leaders in LLMs. And, you know, Facebook, Meta acquiring Oculus for AR, VR. Who knows if that was really that useful? Like, we're not wearing smart glasses all the time yet. The Apple headset was a flop, so, you know, not having a ton of big acquisitions is not a big deal. So I'm not here to just pontificate on 5 to 10 year takes on which Mag 7 stock is going to be the leader. That's actually really uninteresting to me, maybe because I'm not, you know, an executive on one of these companies or on the board or anything, so I'm not compensated for making stuff up. But here's the deal. $94 billion is up 10% year over year. This is the Q3 result. You can see the earnings per share beat. And sure, there was a little bit of a sell-off, but it's holding right now at 270. So really favorable level. And if we look at other Mag 7 companies, the sell-offs were not great, right? Microsoft, way worse. Meta, way worse. Of course, there were some awesome results. The Google $100 billion revenue was a big move. The Amazon 30% growth in cloud was a big move, and then that OpenAI agreement as well. And Tesla, you know, it had a little rough initial move, but holding up. And again, a little gap helps them as well onto this moving average with the government opening up. So that's pretty much the big dogs. And I do think Apple is a good opportunity right now. It's ready for the conversation. It's over this 260 high. And these days are super compressed, so you could get a move up, as we've seen on prior compressed days. So that's sort of the technical reason. And then a little bit about kind of what's going on here, okay? I don't know if Apple's going to be the Apple of, the iPhone came out in 2010. I don't know if the 2030 Apple is going to be, as cool as the 2015, the 2020 Apple has been. But we do know that they still have the revenue and people are still using them. And even though their announcements are kind of lackluster, everyone seems to be totally baked in, locked into this operating system ecosystem. They are committing a couple billion to this is a materials company. So they're going to make glass for iPhones and Apple Watches. And then they're going to, the pledge is for 100 billion. This is actually a commitment of 2 billion for U.S. manufacturing, domestic investment. Certainly the White House is in support of that. Apple's playing along, and it looks like it might actually happen. So there could be some deals cut, similar to the 10% of revenue for AMD or NVIDIA that they sort of had to pay. But it seems like, as far as the chart is going, no one seems concerned about major headwinds for Apple, even as, their products are largely manufactured overseas, right? I mean, everyone kind of gets it, and consumers don't care. That's definitely been the response. So we'll see. If you're an Apple fanboy, you'll look at the skinny iPhone and the foldable iPhone or whatever they come up with, and you tell me in the comments if they still have got the juice. But as far as I'm concerned, their revenue is high. iPhone revenue grew almost over 10%. Mac revenue grew, and service revenue grew as well. So doesn't seem like the end of Apple to me, and all-time highs. It definitely seems like a continued motion for them. Move. Hopefully that motion is smooth. That's why I'm telling you this idea now, with that level to play off of. And if you like these ideas, hit that like button. If you want a free course on how to buy stocks before they go up, hit that subscribe. I post that to YouTube subscribers once a month with a post. And if you want to work one-on-one, head over to stockscommunity.com. You can join for 7 days for $25. We just got our first review, which we also have along with some testimonials of our superstars. Give it a shot.
This is Sam Putnam. This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.